What's up, friends? So we are back in the garage because we have another exciting GoWesty upgrade video. So this is probably going to be the most visually obvious upgrade to Clifford because it is the tent or the popped off canvas. This thing right here. And this video is sponsored by GoWesty. If you own a Westfalia, you've probably already heard of GoWesty, but if you haven't, they are one of the largest resources for aftermarket and original parts for Westfalias, Vanagons, buses, and Eurovans. So they were very kind enough to send us a brand new tent and lift assist kit for our Westy or Clifford, which we'll be installing today. Now we're pretty sure this is the original tent that came with our Westfalia back in '87, and it is in surprisingly decent condition, but there are a few reasons why we wanted to upgrade. First is there are several holes in our canvas where bugs can get in and have gotten in, plus it has already been patched before, which is that big square that you see currently on the canvas. The second is we wanted a 3-window tent. Now the original only has a single window in the front. 3-window tent allows for much better airflow, breathability for those hot summer nights, and trust me, it gets pretty stuffy in those.
Okay, so GoWesty offers 2 different types of materials for their replacement tents. They have cotton, which is like the original, what the original Westies came with, and then they have Sunbrella brand acrylic, which is what we got. Now there are benefits to both types of materials, whether it's cotton or acrylic, depending on what sort of environment you're in and what sort of qualities and features you want. A lot of people like cotton because it's a more breathable material. It's a natural material and it has a bit of stretch to it, which gives you a nice tighter fit when the pop top is up. It's also cheaper, so when it comes to replacing your tent, it doesn't cost you quite as much. Now the big reason why we chose acrylic is because it is a more durable, weather-resistant material. It's similar to what you would find on boats, and it's really good in wet environments like the Pacific Northwest where it rains all the time. So it'll be more weather resistant and more mold and mildew resistant. The one thing about it though is that it has 0 stretch to it. So it's a little trickier to fit apparently, and it might not be as tight on the sides when you do have the pop top up, but I think it's a worthwhile trade-off.
First task is removing all the screws that attach the tent to the roof of the Westy. So on this track here, there's a whole bunch of little screws. We gotta take them all out.
Pretty awkward. All right, this track is free.
Arrows and a label on so we know which way to reassemble it.
Right, so these things are spring-loaded. So they'll shoot apart once there's no weight on them. Okay. Careful.
Ooh, okay.
Careful. Be very careful.
Right, the roof is not really attached to anything at the moment, is it?
Not in the front. So the front is all disconnected, and we just need to remove the 2 last bolts that are holding the back hinges, in the rear hinges there. And then it's ready to come out.
So you currently have it propped up with a stick?
Yeah, it's a little sketchy, but it actually feels kind of solid. Just propped up so that we can actually access those bolts in the back for the rear hinges. Come up a little bit higher.
Okay,
There you go.
Oh man, they recommend 4 people. We had 3 people, and we could have used a 4th person. It was just super awkward getting it off. But it is now off the Westy. We have a convertible. We placed it on these sawhorses. So now that we have the roof off, we're gonna clean it. I'm using Simple Green. It is a all-purpose cleaner, non-toxic and biodegradable. People recommended it, so we're gonna use that all-purpose cleaner to kind of clean all the rest of the like kitchen grease and other dirt that accumulates on a roof. Yeah. So as we were cleaning with the Simple Green household cleaner degreaser, we started to notice there was actually several different black mold spots scattered throughout the roof. Not a lot, but more than I initially thought. I didn't think we really had any. So we have decided to do a bleach wash. This is supposed to get rid of all of the mold and mildew. It's what's recommended on tons of other forms for the roof, a very diluted wash, and one more clean, and then it should be good to go. Hello friends. So it's the next day. We wanted to give the roof the whole night to dry out. We put a fan on it, and now it's looking so dry.
So much better too, so much cleaner.
Guys, this looks like almost a brand new roof. It is so clean.
It looks pretty good.
So our next step is to start screwing in our new tent fabric, which we will do with the roof on the sawhorses like this. We run into a little bit of an issue here. Our roof has definitely been taken off before. The tent has been removed before, and when they reinstalled it, they ended up using, there was different screw sizes, so some of the screw holes are now stripped, and the track is popping off.
Yeah, so the screws that were in there, the smaller ones are a number 6, and we just got slightly bigger, number 7, same length, and they feel much better going in. So we're gonna take out all the original old screws that we've already put in so far and put all of the same new number 7 screws.
It's all gonna be shiny and new.
So future Matt cutting in telling you we just made a huge mistake. That bead that we just put on the outside of the track is actually supposed to go on the inside of the track. And it ends up giving us some problems, so don't make the same mistake we did. Everyone good?
Yep, we're good.
Go a little further
Oh,
there.
fingers. Significantly easier putting the roof back on with 4 people instead of 3. So now the roof's back on, we need to actually bolt it back onto all of the, I don't know what to call them, but they're the bits, yeah, the rods, the parts that actually like support the roof when you pop it up. Then it's back to screwing
Typical newlyweds.
the bottom of the tent to the Westy roof.
Good. Okay, I'm gonna need you here. Be very careful. I'm gonna go really slow. And we're just gonna have to keep it from falling over.
Oh my god. It is now time to install our lift assist kit, which is going to help us raise the roof and lower the roof. It's because it is a little heavy to lower. It's just gonna make it a lot more.
It'll be easier to lift up, and also it holds it when you lower it down, so it's a little easier to tuck the tent in. So we just got the light duty one, which comes with 1 strut for each side. You can also get a heavy duty version that has 2 struts on each side, and that would be if you have like a rooftop carrier with extra weight on the top, or maybe you put a kayak on your roof or something like that.
Or a stand-up paddleboard, although those are pretty light.
If you have a lot of weight on your roof, you would want the heavy duty kit. If you don't, just get the light duty kit. Otherwise, it'd be really hard to pull the roof down.
And how we're gonna install it, it's pretty simple because you don't have to screw anything into the...
Not the sheet metal.
Yeah.
Not the, you do have to put 2 bolts through the fiberglass top, but these just go into the existing bolt holes for the rear hinges. And since we're putting those bolts in right now, it just makes sense to bolt this in right now since we're dealing with those bolts at the moment, so.
Yeah.
All right, I have a job for you.
I'm ready.
Take that gas strut there, pop this end onto the ball.
Okay, so...
And then we're gonna swivel that up and tuck that up there. All right, so do you want to drill some holes in the top? Where did that little... So we'll drill up through this way. To start, with the small drill bit, switch to the drill bit that we want for the final size of the hole, but we're actually going to come down through the opposite way so that we don't splinter the top of the roof. So that's what you want, is those nice clean holes drilled. So in that hole we'll put some silicone on our bolt head and drop the bolt through the hole like that.
And the silicone's to prevent the water. It's like to help with the water, right?
Yeah. All the bolts are in, brackets are on, so we can just snap on the struts now.
Boom!
There we go. Just like that.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
It's actually really nice, isn't it?
That is so nice. All right. Fun's done. Back to work. We still got a tent to screw on. This way. So, small little mishap. We think we put our we did put our upper right corner, the part that attaches to the roof, a little too tight. So I pulled some of the screws out. So we're having to re-screw the roof back on with slightly thicker threaded screws. It is day 3. Day 3, you might ask. Why, yes. Because last night, after 2 hours of trying to make our tent work, we realized the error in our ways. We attached the top, as you probably saw in the previous clip, we attached the beading on the outside of the track, and it's really supposed to go in the track, which would have given us another ½ an inch of tent, which would be enough, hopefully, to bridge the gap and fix our corner problem, which was just too tight. So this morning we are undoing most of the work that we did yesterday. Problem solved? Problem solved.
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh, I think we got it. That feels so much better.
Yeah. All right, onto the back.
Okay.
Probably good.
Yeah, that looks good. Dun, dun, dun. We are finally finished. But guys, this looks so good. So good. And with the new lift assist kit, oh my gosh, it's gonna be so nice. Such a nice upgrade to our Westy. But that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more Westy upgrades, Westy fixes, and adventures. And we'll see you guys again in the next video. Bye!